This is the WWE NXT May 6, 2025 full show results video. The show started with a match between Dark State vs Hank and Tank and Joe Hendry, and the result of this match was Dark State defeated Hank and Tank and Joe Hendry by pinfall when Trick Williams runs down and pulls Joe Hendry out of the ring and they brawl to the back, and then Dark State hits a tossing triple powerbomb on Tank Ledger to get the pinfall. Backstage, Thea Hale gives Carmen Petrovich a pep talk, but Jada Parker interrupts and calls Hale an annoying yapping chihuahua who doesn't know about being strong, and excoriates Petrovich for not dropping Ashante Adonis sooner and being too soft. Carmen points out that she choked challenging for the title and Parker says if she's feeling froggy her ass better jump and they make a match for later. Back from the commercial, no quarter catch crew are hanging out and Charlie Dempsey says tonight is a major opportunity for all of them. It's not about individual glory or grudges, they're here to work together to get one of them a title shot against Oba Femi. Tavian Heights is on board, Miles Bourne seems a little hesitant, but they all four of them put hands in for some team spirit. The next match happened between Kalani Jordynne vs Zarya. Slugging it out early, Jordynne presses Zarya into the corner but gets shoved away. Back body drop puts her on the apron, Enzwajiri connects, Kalani up top, diving Frankensteiner countered, Jordynne reverses the powerbomb. Slipping out of a power slam attempt, sunset flip in the corner for 2. Zarya stampedes her into the corner, shoulder blocks, big chop attempt but Jordynne ducks and fires one of her own off. Jordynne lands on her feet off a German suplex, handspring back elbow and a tornado DDT, connects 450 splash, nobody home, Kalani rolls through, big spear from Zarya. Fireman's carry, Jordynne slips out, Rough Rider, O'Connor roll, cover for 2, low bridge sends Zarya to the floor and Kalani grazes her with an Ase Moonsault. Jordynne gets shoved into Ruka, Soul catches her, they have a weird lesbian little moment and Zarya spears her through the damn barricade, and then hits F5 to defeat Kalani Jordynne by pinfall. Wes Lee and his pals roll up on Tony D'Angelo in the locker room and Tony says Wes knows a thing or two about betraying friends and Lee says he'd do it again and D'Angelo seems less confident, which must be why he's not in the Battle Royal tonight. The Don says if he wants to be a tough guy he should take a shot, but Wes uses the Battle Royal as an excuse and walks off. Back from the commercial, Lola Vice is chatting with Stephanie Vaquer and says if anybody could walk into hell as NXT Women's Champion and walk out still holding it, it's the Dark Angel. Julia rolls up to tell Stephanie she hasn't forgotten and she'll see her at Battleground. Then we saw a 25-man NXT Championship #1 Contenders Battle Royal. Elijah, who is definitely not Elias, appears on the stage with a 12-string guitar to sing a song about how he decided to come to NXT and be in this Battle Royal. We see Trick Williams has a great momentum in the match, and he eliminated multiple superstars, but then Joe Hendry makes his entrance to confront Williams and Elijah takes advantage of the distraction and eliminates Trick and then Shawn Spears eliminates Elijah. The final four were Ty Dillinger, Randy Orton Jr., Karate Man, and J. Yvonne Evans. In the end, Ethan and Shawn turn on each other, Spears dumped to the apron, Bourne dropkicks them into each other, and Shawn and Ethan gets eliminated, and Miles Bourne won the match, last eliminating Ethan Page and Shawn Spears to become the #1 contender to the NXT Championship. Post-match, no quarter catch crew celebrate with Bourne, Tavian Heights and Ren Sinclair with enthusiasm and Charlie Dempsey a little bit more reserved. Jordynne Grace is interviewed backstage and she says she's gonna win tonight and go on to win the title at Battleground because she's got the power advantage on the entire roster. Izzy Dame rolls up to say she's strong but she's not big, and Lash Legend rolls up to also be both strong and big. Grace preemptively offers both of them title shots after she wins. The next match happened between Jada Parker vs Carmen Petrovich, and the result of this match was Jada Parker defeated Carmen Petrovich by pinfall when Carmen missed falling kick, Parker capitalizes, and delivered a running hip attack, and won the match by pinfall. Post-match, Parker attacks her more, high step, off the ropes and she blasts Thea Hale off the apron when Petrovich moves, then Carmen comes with a flash kick, Jada ducks it and runs away. Backstage, Ava Raine tells Joe Hendry that this business with Trick Williams has to stop. He says he's not backing down. She says she knows the Trick isn't backing down, so she talked to Santino Marella and booked a match for Battleground. Joe Hendry defends the TNA World Heavyweight Championship against Trick Williams, and the contract signing is next week. Back from commercial, OTM cut a promo about how they needed to take some time but they're up and coming back to put the tag team division in its place. Backstage, Wes Lee gets off the phone and says it's true what they say, everybody's got a price, seems like he is bringing $1 Million Man next week. Josh Briggs and Yashiki Inamura chat and Inamura says he knows he let Josh down tonight and he's gonna go talk to Ava Raine tonight and arrange to go back to Japan. Briggs tells him he doesn't want him to go, and Yoshiki tells him he wishes he could have been a better partner and gives him his leather vest back and tells him he's a good friend. Brooks Jensen rolls up with the culling to tell Josh that this looks familiar and maybe the problem is him. No quarter catch crew or backstage chatting about Miles Bourne's victory. Charlie Dempsey makes the case that he should be taking the title shot for them because only he can stretch Oba's big meat. Oba Femi rolls up to say Miles wasn't his first choice, but he looks forward to the fight. Charlie says he's fighting, Bourne stands up for himself and says the Battleground match is his, but Dempsey can fight Oba next week to prove that he can stretch his big meat, and hey, maybe if he wins it'll be a triple threat. Femi says he's done with triple threats, but he'll fight Charlie next week, and Charlie yells at the deaf guy about having selective hearing, to which Bourne of course has a perfect comedic "what's that?" for him. Back from commercial, Cale Dixon and Uriah Connors have merch suggestions for Chase U to replace the sweater and the polo. They get Andre Chase to try on a zippered sweater and they think he looks super slick, but he wants to try on the other one, which turns out to be a tracksuit jacket, which he likes. In the main event of the show, we saw a match between Julia versus Jordynne Grace to become the #1 contendership for the NXT Women's Championship, and the result of this match was Jordynne Grace defeated Julia by pinfall with the Juggernaut finisher, and become the #1 contender for the NXT Women's Championship. After the match, Stephanie Vaquer's music hits and she makes her way down to the ring. She then stares Grace down as she holds up her NXT Women's Championship and the show comes to a close. How much you would rate this week's NXT show? Tell me in the comments. Do not forget to subscribe the channel for the regular updates, and thanks for watching.